Parasite Eve first came out in 1998, there was no game quite like it. Mixing survival horror with RPG elements, the game was truly a very unique gem. The franchise even received a sequel, as well as a PSP continuation in the form of The Third Birthday. The Third Birthday was the latest game in the franchise to be released, and it didn't have the warmest reception compared to the original game, with a lot of fans having, let's just say, feelings about this game. That game released in North America all the way back in 2011, and since then fans have been wondering if there would be any sort of continuation to the franchise. Well, in an interview with Final Fantasy VII Remake director Yoshinori Kitase, he gave those fans a little bit of hope. Kitase was asked during an interview with Kenny Omega for the official Square Enix YouTube channel, bringing this up as Kitase was the producer for The Third Birthday. And so he asked Kitase if he'd like to see more Parasite Eve in the future. Kitase replying, quote, "The characters are very deep and rich, especially Ayabrea. I don't know of any plans right now, but it would be a waste not to use those characters." And I have to agree, it'd be a total waste just to let a very unique IP like this one just die in obscurity. Parasite Eve definitely deserves better than that. Although Kitase said there are no plans, despite his desire to do so, I sort of suspect that they might already be working on something, or at least in the talks of. Back in February of 2019, Square Enix curiously enough renewed the trademark for Parasite Eve. And apparently they no longer had a license for the Parasite Eve name, and they were still able to do this. So that's pretty curious. But what's most interesting is where they renewed it, in Europe. The original Parasite Eve never actually released in Europe, which is a fact I was not really aware of until I did the research for this video. Translate a whole game into English and then not release it in all English-speaking territories seems kind of weird. I mean, all you have to do is add a U to color and you're good to go. Jokes aside, if something does happen, I find this somewhat ironic. The original Parasite Eve and the original Final Fantasy VII shared a lot of overlap. For example, the game takes place in New York City, where Final Fantasy VII's original story was supposed to take place. And ultimately, some ideas that didn't make it into Final Fantasy VII made their way into Parasite Eve. So if a Parasite Eve remake were to happen, I think it'd be pretty ironic if it were to overlap with Final Fantasy VII Remake yet again. Though I have to say, right now is the perfect time to revive Parasite Eve. The survival horror genre has been making quite a comeback lately, and part of that is due to the very high quality Resident Evil remakes of late. Imagining Parasite Eve being remade with this level of graphical fidelity, it would be incredible, and I am 110% all for it. After all, who doesn't want to see that shower scene in beautiful 4K graphics? No, is that just me? My bad. So Ultima Weapons, I want to know, do you want to see a remake or sequel of Parasite Eve? And which one would you prefer? Subscribe, click the bell icon, and let me know in the comments below. And if you've been enjoying the content of my channel, please be sure to check out the Patreon for the Night Sky Prince, where thanks to awesome people like Lindsay Chen, I'm able to make all of these Final Fantasy, Parasite Eve, and Square Enix related videos for you guys. So if you'd like to directly support the channel, there is a link in the description below. Shout out to Lindsay and the rest of the Ultima community.